As a child, I was always happy. I would dance around in my tutus, play with my friends, and have the time of my life. Life was good. Life was easy. It was carefree, and I didn't need to worry about the world. At some point in my childhood, I learned about suicide. I never thought I would be the person to be sad or even depressed. But things began to change in 2009 as I started 7th grade. I suddenly started getting bullied. I was sad. I had no friends. During that time, I didn't want to be alive. I never had a smile on my face. I would glare at people in the hall. I used language I would have never used before. While doing my nightly chores, I saw the knife in the kitchen, and I thought to myself, I'd be out of misery. No one would care whether I'm gone or not. I'm just this lonely human with no friends. My mom caught me right in time. My life really changed after a hospital visit and working one-on-one with many helpful counselors. Little by little and over time, I became more confident as I started to be more open and as I would be myself. 8th grade helped me as I became a lead in a school play. I then knew who I was. I wasn't one of those kids who would just hang out with one group. I began to hang out and be friends with everyone. Even though they didn't know it, having all those friends with all their support and love helped prevent my suicidal thoughts. In high school, I became involved with SCCLA and other activities in my school. All of these brought meaning into my life. I became more open as I joined SCCLA, and I was even given leadership opportunities, including becoming my chapter's president. In 2014, I experienced one of the scariest moments I could go through. One of my closest friends called me at 9 p.m. telling me he couldn't do this anymore. I was confused about what he meant, but because of my own experience, I also knew he meant he wanted to take his life. Lots of emotions surfaced as I looked back on my own life. I remembered how I thought no one cared about me. I remembered that I felt nobody wanted me alive. As I experienced my friend wanting to take his life, I realized so many people do care. I was there for my friend just like my mom was there for me. I told my friend that people cared. People do know we exist whether we put ourselves out there or not. We are all known. We talked for a long time. Sadly, he doesn't have the opportunities I did. He isn't going to counseling. I'm trying to be there for him, but I still worry every day about him. I know he is developing his talents, but one talent he has for sure is being a good friend. Studies say suicide is the third leading cause of death for youth ages 10 to 24 nationwide, which translates to 4,600 teens committing suicide each year in the U.S. Sadly, 1 in 13 U.S. 9th to 12th graders reported having attempted suicide. Over the years, I've realized that life is so incredible, and everybody has beauty inside and out. We all have talents. We may not play on a sports team, have a resonating singing voice, or be a star on stage, but we all have talents including being a friend, being a good listener, writing poetry, playing an instrument, rock climbing, and so many more. We need to open our eyes and see the people around us, and not just see with our eyes, but truly get to know them. Get to know their interests, their talents, and their personalities. We never know who is depressed or who is on the verge of suicide. I want people to know they have others to talk to. I want people to know that no matter who they are, there is always a friend somewhere. As we open our eyes, we need to start defending those around us who are getting hurt, both physically and emotionally, and be a friend. We want to be the reason someone lives, because life is a beauty and we all have our own beauty. Life isn't as carefree as it was when I was little, simply because I'm older, but I am glad to say I am happy, I dance, I hang out with my friends, and I am having the time of my life.